Hi folks, welcome to my channel. I'm Donna, and if you've not been here before, I love DIY and just upcycling things that I find in thrift shops. So today we're working on the glass vase and the wine bottle. There are a couple of projects which I did start quite a while ago with the quick patch concrete, but I was working on a couple of other things at the same time, and they kind of got left behind because I decided I wanted to put handles on them. So the other projects that you can see, like the big black balloon vase and the small jug, I will put a link in the description to how they turned out, which was fabulous, by the way. I sprayed the glass carafe or vase with black, but the wine bottle I didn't bother. And then I am just going over with the quick patch, which is a really nice cement that I found available locally. It does such a beautiful job and is so easy to use. Once I added the quick patch, this is pretty much where they sat for a month or so until I added the air dry clay handles, which was actually easier than I thought, even though one has slightly cracked. I don't intend on using the handle, so as far as I'm concerned it just adds to the character. Essentially I just rolled the clay out into a cylinder and then put it on the side of the bottle and positioned it where I wanted it. I did put glue under each end, as I do when I'm sticking any kind of air dry clay on it, and I just blend, pulling it out, blending it into the surface that's already there. This took a while, to be honest, for me to get it as I wanted it, so you're only seeing a little portion of what I've done here, and it did take a long time to dry, mainly because I didn't want to put it in the dehumidifier because it was such a large clump and it was winter here, so I didn't try and enhance the speeding up of the dry in any way, so it didn't crack, even though one actually did end up cracking. But anyway, apart from that, they're pretty good. There is no really big cracks in them apart from that one on the left side of the double-handed vase. Here I have sprayed them with a Rustoleum, I think it's called Espresso, so it's a nice chocolatey coffee brown. So with that done, I am going to rub some dirt in to add more texture and just to make it a little bit more aged. When it comes to removing the dirt, sometimes I do it with my hands, sometimes I use the brush. It just depends the amount of texture that I want left on there. So now I'm adding some more colour. This is a tan, just a basic tan paint, so I'm just toning it down a little bit. I'm just using a sponge and a rag here. I do this with both vases or both objects. This, I had a layer on underneath there which I had sponged some of the tan on, and I didn't like it, so this is just me getting rid of it essentially. With those colour washes dry, I'm now going to add some green. This is a green gold by Golden Paints. I really love it because it looks like moss. You can see how it's quite a vibrant green. So in the ice cream container at the bottom of the picture is my container of lime wash, and in the white tray above it is a wash of the tan paint. So I am just going in and adding those just wherever I please essentially, and blending with a rag. The rag doesn't tend to leave as many marks like a sponge does, so I try and blend with rags, and I'm pushing the paint, that green gold, down into the cracks and taking off the top, so with the idea of it staying in the cracks and not actually as a layer as such on top. This wine bottle vase doesn't seem to have as much texture as the carafe one does, and it's not giving me the highlights that I wanted that is showing in the other vase. You can see the highlights, that I guess they're just not as prominent as they are in the other vase. So as I did with the previous one, I am going in with the tan wash and the golden green gold. You can see how it is standing out much brighter on this one. This was the vase that I actually did first, and it has actually come out much better. I do like this better than the wine bottle. I think possibly because of the shape, and it's given me more room to play with when it comes to adding colour, and it's ended up with more texture, which has enabled me to have bit of a more play with that colour and blending and all that kind of thing. It's quite amusing watching yourself work. I didn't realise I was quite a tutor. I tend to tutu, or to have a play, or to just muck around. Keep going over the same spot, it would seem, until I'm happy with it, which I am now. I think this one definitely turned out by far the best, and possibly because it's got two handles. The two handles, it's given it another dimension and more place for me to put the colour into. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something from this little tutorial today. If if you have any questions, feel free to ask away, and I will put the link to the blog and to the other projects that you saw in the beginning of this video in the description, and all the products etc. that I have used. Thanks again.